Test, test, test. All right. I think I fixed it. And we don't have a lag anymore. Not sure about this camera. It looks like, am I getting a little lag on this? I think it's going to be, it'll work. It'll work. All right, we'll trust it. I think it do I have a, it's okay. That's all right. It would be really nice if this were a little bit more reliable. That would be awesome sauce. Awesome. I guess it's okay. It's okay. It'll do. I think it'll do. Before I start a stream, I have to start up OBS, and then I need to let it sit for a minute, because it seemed like I would start it, it would be fine, but then something would glitch. So I guess if it doesn't glitch within the first couple of minutes, it's probably okay. All right, so we had a pretty busy day today. It's about 10 to 9. We're going to start our little date night special here pretty soon. A nice steady stream of people in today. So busy day. Started. It's nice. We had a day like today where the first half hour when I get in here is a little slow. Nothing really happens, and that's kind of common when it's nice. When it's nice outside, not a whole lot of things happen because people are out doing things. They're going and getting lunch. They're doing whatever, running errands. And then after about 12:30, 1 o'clock, we open at 12. After about 12:30 or 1 o'clock, then people start coming in. And then, it's just been a nice steady stream all day. Had a group of, by, I don't know, 1:30, we had 20 people in here, I think. And then it's just sort of been kind of like that all day. Nice. Thanks. I stopped. So if you've been following our adventures, our arcade adventures, at the old location, we had a crow that showed up. He just sort of befriended me, and he would come and he would just sit next to me and kind of hang out with me. So I started bringing in peanuts and stuff and giving him little treats, and then there were 6 or 7 of them at that location. So now when they see me, they all come flying over. I swing by the old location from time to time to visit the old pizza guys when they were there. They're not there anymore. They have since closed. But every time I showed up, Krobin would be like right there. He'd just come out of the woodwork. He's like, "Oh, there you are," and he'd come over and say hi. It's really cool. So I have started the same thing here. I have befriended the crows that are at this location. It did not take very long. Now when they see me, they're like, "Hey, that's the peanut guy." There's only one of them that will come fairly close to me. Nothing like Krobin. Krobin was really unique. So I have tried. We've been at the house here for, I guess we've had our house here. We moved here five-ish years ago or something. And we have a bunch of crows and ravens around my house. And I've tried numerous times to kind of befriend them, but they're very, very timid. Like, they won't come near you at all. If you go out in the yard, they vanish. They just take off. They hide in the trees and they kind of watch. So if you put something down outside, they'll wait until you leave, and then they'll come down and get it. And then if you come back out, they go away. You and the crows will not be in the yard at the exact same time, right? So I thought, well, I've had pretty good luck at the other place. I've had good luck here. Why don't I try and befriend the crows at home? So I've started doing that, and there's about 20 of them that show up when you feed them. So that's a hell of a lot of peanuts. So today, I stopped at a co-op farm supply place, and I figured I'd get cracked corn. I could get a bag of cracked corn. So bags of cracked corn come in two sizes, small and crazy big. So I now have like 44 kilo of cracked corn, and that's what the crows at home are gonna get. So we'll see if I can befriend any of them. If I can get to the point where they see me and they come to the trees, and I throw food out, and then I step back, and then they come down and get the food, I'll be happy at that point. I don't need them to be like Crowben, where they're practically sitting on my shoulder. I probably, if another year at that place, because Crowben started eating out of my hands by the time that we had left. I didn't push it. I didn't do anything to promote that. It just happened. He probably, with a little bit of training, a little bit of work, I probably could have gotten him to like land on my arm or come up and get on my hand. He was just sort of that kind of an animal. He was just kind of pretty relaxed. He wasn't like that around everybody though, which was interesting. I think maybe he just saw, because I would go there. It was before we opened, and I'd be working inside, and then I'd go outside, take a little break, and that's when he would show up. And I think because I never shoot him away, I never acted weird around it. He just would land. I'm like, oh hey bird, and never showed him any danger. I think, and then I started feeding him. Of course, then that sort of built sort of this trust relationship. But he wasn't like that with everybody. He wouldn't. For the first little bit of time that Sophia went out there, he was like, fuck it, he'd take off. I have to check something. Hold please. Hopefully I don't break my stream doing this. I will be hiding off in the distance. I'm still here. I am trying to arrange. Nope. Okay. We have our, we were in a rush to get open here, and we were in a rush to get open here, and so the candy store, we didn't have furniture and shelving units or anything, so we just bought some little cheap shelving units. Figured we can shove all of this stuff on there for we bought 3 or 4 of them, and we thought we'll shove all the crap on there for now, and then once we get in and open, we can find the other stuff that we need. Hold on a second. Sorry, I don't want to sit and talk on the live stream while I have people shopping. Retro Friend Things from Portugal. How are you? I will be with you in a minute. I got to help the people in the retail store. Give me just a second.
I also volunteer. I volunteer Nella contradictions. Yeah. I volunteer. That's I know you will.
What?
I'm going to need a tutorial on how to open.
I have a demo here just for that very reason.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable. So we get this stuff now and while people browse so that you guys can start drinking. And then we can keep. Yeah. No problem. You want something to eat? Go for it. Yeah.
Every Sailor Moon character and all of them except for Marvin. It would have been so funny to get all of them.
I liked your post last night about just finding some rando off the street and come in for date night.
Oh.
I think that might be it for the moment.
Okay.
That's it?
Well, yeah, well, yeah. Round one.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Something ended up with tax on it. What the heck was that? Not supposed to have tax.
For the date night, do you have to show proof that you're actually in a date with them?
Nope. I do not care.
Yeah.
I
I was
bet it
supposed to
was.
be here yesterday for the date night.
Oh,
Plans changed though.
I bet it's this, because this is new. Oh, look at that. There it is. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
So that goes away. And we add it again. And no tax. $24.60.
Excellent. On debit.
Got it. All right, you're good to go.
Excellent.
I had another question for you. Why is it named Seven's Pinball?
Because my name is Seven.
It is Seven.
Yeah,
Okay, I was wondering.
yeah. When we originally came up with the idea of this, we were gonna do it all in like late 1960s style, right? And the logo was the one, that oval one that's on the shirt there. That was sort of the style, right? So when I was looking at businesses that came out at that time, there were a lot of people that did like a Bolorama, but it wasn't just Bolorama. It was always like Bob's Bolorama or Terry's Coffee Hut. So I was like, oh, okay. So you brand it with the first name, and then you do the pinball. You do the business name after that. So that's where the name came from. Was just doing it that way. All right, lesson.
Okay.
So take the plastic off the top. All right. So that cap, that plastic cap in there.
Okay, great.
Pop this piece out of the middle of it.
Okay.
Okay. That's the piece that you need. This piece.
Okay.
Okay. That goes on top the marble,
Okay.
and then push down. And that's it.
Okay.
So then, when you drink it, see these two little dimples?
Yeah.
Those go towards you, and that holds the marble in place, so that you don't block the marble off, right?
Okay.
That's basically it.
Cool.
Now,
We gotta go.
Yeah.
there's historic significance to these bottles. Do you know
Yeah.
that?
Well, I'd like you to tell me.
Back in the early to mid 1800s,
Yeah.
this was a style of bottle that they used. It
That
didn't
they
have a
used.
bottle cap, didn't have a cork. What they did carbonated beverages in them. The marble was sealed in the glass, and then the top was some wax. And so I think what they did was that they filled it up and turned it upside down, and then the carbonation would push the marble into it.
Right.
How you opened it back then, the marble came up a lot, and how you opened it is you grabbed it like this and you just hit it with your hand, and it would pop it out.
Oh, okay.
Pop
Yeah,
it out.
yeah.
That's where pop comes from.
Oh.
American Sign Language for soft drinks
Is
is that, and that's where it comes from. Yeah.
that is great. My dad just wrote a book on PEI pop makers.
Okay.
So anyway, they did not have that style of bottle in PEI, like PEI
Oh,
produced
right.
product, but we will be buying one tonight to take home for him to try tomorrow.
They,
Because he'll get a kick out of it.
they probably stopped that bottle after the bottle cap really got
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
more of a thing.
Yeah.
I think by the 1900s,
Yeah.
that was it. They were
That
done
was,
with them.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And it was like old Westy sort of sarsaparilla and those
Yeah,
kind of things.
right.
I don't know why the Japanese decided to
Bring it back.
bring it back. I think it's
though.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fun.
they're a lot of
Super
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
And they're incredibly hard to get the marble out of.
I was wondering.
It's actually easier to just smash the bottle
Smash the bottle.
than to try to get that stupid thing off of there. Yeah.
on there
Believe
for
me, I've
good.
tried.
We will listen to the voice of reason.
Yeah, just smash the bottle.
Well, thank you.
All right, sorry about that. So Retro Fun Thing says the light effects are great in the game room. Thank you. I'm always adding more. And what I did when I set up the place is you can see in this, those right there, these rails, that's just dimensional lumber. I think they're 10-foot pieces of 2x6, painted in black. I hung them from the ceiling on threaded rod. And they go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 of them. And they go along where the aisles are all the way around. And then I dropped power from the ceiling, and each one of those 10-foot segments has two outlets on it. So there's 4 outlets up there, but I can put power strips and stuff. Pretty much all the lights that are going to be up there are going to be super, super low voltage. So it was fine. It's all on a single 15 amp circuit, and I can turn that is turned on and off from a single switch that is just right here by my cash register. And that turns off and on everything in that light bar that goes along the room. The idea was that I'm always finding new weird little lights. At the other location, I found some weird little lights, and they lasted about a year before they kind of started to fuzz out. I mean, they're on for, when we're open, they're on for, 12 hours or more. And so little cheap LED lights aren't really designed to be run like that. So figured, okay, if I have wood up there, I can just use wood screws and just screw the lights up there, and they'll be perfectly fine. I was going to do, I looked into lighting trusses that you can buy. They were significantly more expensive. Like a 10 or 12 foot triangular truss would have cost, the cheapest I found them were about $100 each. Man Chicken, hey, how are ya? They were about $100 each. Whereas this 2x6 cost me maybe $12. And then I just painted it, I just sprayed it down with paint, ran the electrical on it. And then the other thing with the trusses is that you have to get all the little specialty clamps for it. So you have to bolt this little clamp onto whatever light you have, and then that clamps onto the truss. That's fine for some stuff, but for other things, there's just stuff that I've kind of randomly attached up there and had a place where I could run a wood screw through it, but I wouldn't have been able to use a truss clamp. So yeah, that works out okay. So Man Chicken, how are you doing? How's things? My phone is beeping like crazy today. It is Sophia. Sophia is sick. She is homesick. She is asking me what I want for dinner. What do I want for dinner tonight? I'm going to tell her I don't know. I'm doing good. I am coming out of a cold that kind of flattened me for a few days. Let me help these people in the candy store, and I will be right back. Hold, please.
Is that just like a cola?
Yeah, it's just a cola. It's from
Garrison?
Garrison in Halifax.
Yep.
Yeah. $6.40 and a 20. 1360. There you go. How's your weekend been so far?
Good. Cold, but pretty good.
I like the cold because I came from a place that didn't have a lot of cold.
Yeah.
So I have fun with the snow and all the other stuff. But man, with the extra wind, forget about it.
Yeah. I don't mind the cold, but once it gets to like minus 15 with the wind chill and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I don't need it.
Minus 5, minus 10, not too bad.
Negative 15 with no wind?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm there. Sorry, hold on just a second. Sophia has messaged me back and she says, all right. JRSC, hey, how are ya? We're testing the wireless camera again. I thought I'd play around with it. And kind of hoping that maybe it works out that I have the stuff that I need to put it on a tripod, and maybe we can go and bounce over and do some bar billiards or something. The only thing I forgot is another tablet or something that I can read chat on. But I have another phone. That would probably work. I'll get that in a second. We'll play with it. Man Chicken says, you and everyone else getting cold. Yeah, so it was Thursday, a week ago, I think. It was the 6th. I felt run down. Like I just felt exhausted. And we had a group in, we had a class in early that day. And then Friday, a class of like 20 or 30 kids, like this whole place filled up. And then Friday, I was really, really feeling kind of run down, and I think, no, I was just run down. So we had like that Saturday, we had 3. This was a week ago. We had 3 kids' birthday parties, all piled on top of each other. So we had one scheduled from like 12:30 to 2:30. We had another one scheduled from 3 to 5. And those guys called and reserved the table. And then we had someone in the middle that was from 2 to 4. They did not call and reserve anything. So that was sort of surprised to find out about that. It all worked out though. Luckily that the one that sort of was stuck in the middle, they didn't have a whole lot of people with them. It was like 4 or 5 kids or something, so it was not a big deal. But, so I was like, I told Sophia that I think I don't have the wherewithal to do that day by myself, because usually I do Saturdays by myself. And it gets busy, but it's fine. But because I was so run down. And then I think it was Saturday that I started getting a cough. Sunday, I stayed home, and Sophia worked Sunday, and then we were closed Monday, Tuesday. Great, I could stay home. And so Monday, Tuesday, I was pretty sick and coughing and gross feeling. Wednesday, Jacob worked. Thursday, we had a storm warning, so we closed. So by Friday, I was more or less recovered. I had a little bit of if I talk too much, bugs my throat. Not so much today, more so yesterday. I'm feeling back to normal. So Sophia is going through the exact same process. So she felt run down a couple of days. Today, the cough has arrived. So she's got to probably today, tomorrow, Monday, and then probably by Tuesday she'll start feeling better. It's not too bad. It wasn't too bad of one. But yeah, tired, run down, coughing, no fever or anything weird like that. So that was nice. How's it going?
Good. On your sign there, it says no catfish noodling or
Yes.
chainsaw juggling. Has this happened before?
Well, luckily, the catfish noodling that has been attempted, there hasn't been any catfish. So that's, you know what that is, right? Do you know what that is?
The fish? Or
Catfish
the
noodling.
No. What is that?
It's a thing that they do in the southern states, where they go into bogs or rivers or lakes, still water, and the catfish like to get in the bottom underneath logs and stuff. So what they do is they put their arms down there, they get in the water, they put their arms down into the water and wiggle their fingers, and the catfish come and bite them on the hands, and then they shove their hands in there and they pull out the whole catfish on their arm. And we're talking catfish that are like this big, right?
Big.
Yeah, it's catfish noodling.
I wonder what the chainsaw juggling.
Yeah, I've luckily we haven't had any of that yet.
If I bring a barrel with catfish and there was no water in it, wait.
You need the water to noodle.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Okay, if I kept it in the lobby. If I
Yes.
kept it in the lobby.
I would let you do it in the entranceway.
In the end, yeah, still in the
Yeah.
premises. In the end.
Yeah, in the entranceway or just outside in the
Okay, so
summer.
Not on this point. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, yeah, probably no catfish noodling in the candy store or the arcade. Is
What if you got?
gonna be my new
Why
policy.
no breakdancing?
What?
Why no breakdancing? Does that happen?
Well, no. What if not breakdancing, but dancing while you breakdance?
Oh yeah,
Break-
no, that's not cool.
Break dancing because it's too spinny and it's too much of a liability.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't want anybody like
Oh, I
doing
know.
that little head bounce thing.
We all breakdance in a small group, so we're together for safety purposes. Nothing could go wrong.
You'd have to have a ring of people around with the little break dancer in the middle, and then they could catch them like they're spotters, right? That would work.
There's one very niche scenario here we haven't even thought of. That's getting thinking. What if you get the Buck Hunter arcade machine, like the same one with the Terminator guys, and we get the fish in a barrel bonus slot, and there's catfish in it for some, and we're noodling it with the shell.
That's not noodling.
Yeah, no.
That's just shooting fish in a barrel.
Fish in a barrel.
Yeah,
What if the animation?
which usually breaks the barrel. By the way, you don't want to do that.
What if,
No.
You know the lady who does the bonus game animations?
Yeah.
She does grab the fish in the barrel.
In Big Buck Hunter, or what?
Yeah, that one.
I've never played it.
Yeah, in that one, she puts her hand at the end of the level. She puts her hand in it, or at the beginning to show it's a fish. She puts her hand in it for a few seconds and then pulls up a fish. We don't know what's going on. We can't see in the barrel.
Right.
Is she allowed to noodle fish in the arcade?
That's
No.
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 So you're never going to get that arcade machine in there. In any.
Yeah, no, probably not. Now that you mention it, no. It would break. I would have to change policy. If I change policy, we're going to have a shareholders meeting. It's going to be a big thing. We're going to have to vote on it.
And then
It's
no-
good. Yeah,
rules play.
it's not even worth the process. It's not worth the
Horseplay on
hassle.
that list, actually.
Yes, it actually is.
So I cannot bring a horse in with me to play.
No, and it actually says no elephants either, or it used to. I don't know if it still
Can I bring
does.
Giraffes?
What?
Giraffes. Baby ones so they fit.
No giraffes. Giraffes are assholes.
Raccoons.
No
It
giraffes.
says no animals.
Raccoons tame, yes,
Okay, raccoons are.
but it has to be a guide raccoon.
And it
Has
can't
to
be
be.
on the machine. It can't be on the machine. It clearly states.
Yeah, that's right.
No animals on the machine.
This is John. And he's gonna come inside now.
Sorry, we had a little tomfoolery there. You probably heard most of it, but yeah. So she's. I don't think that she's watching. I think she's napping on the couch. I will tell her. I will say, people in the chat, if I could spell, So I'm saying, people in the chat say hi and hope you get better soon. I have told her that now. I don't think that she's, yeah. I think she's napping on the couch. Yeah. That was interesting. I like conversations like that. I have, when I wrote up the rules, that there was a thing, I used to write up documentation when I worked IT. There was a lot of times I wrote up documentation on how to do particular tasks. And I found that I was working for a company, there was about 40 users, 40, 50 users, and a good half of those, there were tasks that they could do that I didn't have to do. I was IT, but they could do it themselves with just a little documentation, just a little easy kind of step through, right? So I found if I wrote like a 10 or 15 step walkthrough on how to do something, and it was very plain and boring, they would start it, but then they would ask for help. It's like their brain would shut off. They get to step 3 and it's just not interesting enough, and they would just sort of like, can you help me with this? And right. So what I started doing when I worked on my walkthroughs is I would add little things here and there. Like on the 3rd or 4th step, I would add something kind of wacky in there that just kind of would make them go, wait a minute, that's like I don't even remember what I would say, but sometimes they were just sort of off, kind of out of left field sort of remarks, non sequiturs or something. Or I'd say something like, congratulations, you are 3/5 of the way done, or something like that, right? And then at the end of it, I'd kind of sprinkle the whole thing with that. Sometimes there would be a step in there that was completely non-relevant, like get up, stretch, practice a yodel, and then sit back down, and then step whatever next, right? Stuff like that. Worked like a charm. Because people kept reading. They wanted to see what would happen next, kind of thing. They wanted to see what else I would add in there. And in the process, they'd go through all the steps themselves. I wouldn't have to help them. So when we first opened here, I came up with a list of rules. And we had the 4 monitors that were in the center of the room. And the very first, when we first opened up the doors, on those monitors was a slideshow of pictures of machines and these rules. A lot of things like basic stuff like please no food or drinks on the machines, no excessive nudging on the machines, whatever. But then I added other things like we were talking about. One of the rules is no catfish noodling, no chainsaw juggling. There was a rule about no, in fact, let me grab them. No food or, let's see, so, okay, so there's 9 rules. Everyone in the arcade must be paid entry, and the little details on that. Number 2, no food, drink, humans, or animals allowed on the machines. Number 3, no food or drink from outside the building without clearing it first. Number 4, respect the machines. Hitting, kicking, slapping, or damaging the machines is prohibited. No excessive nudging, bumping, or repeated tilting. I don't mind if people tilt, but if you tilt a lot, you're doing it wrong, right? You shouldn't tilt at all. If you're tilting, I think you're doing something wrong. Number 5, no running, horseplay, breakdancing, chainsaw juggling, or catfish noodling. That's pretty much the only one I left. But then there was one that was, the rule specifically was no pets, and no elephants. Elephants are not allowed in the arcade, and they probably wouldn't fit in the door even if we brought one here. It's something like that, right? And then, but I have a rule that is no pets or animals allowed. Service animals only with proper documentation. And I had to do that because there's a lot of people that own dogs that feel like they're allowed to take their dogs anywhere they want. And we had one guy in particular that brought his dog in. The dog was just a random ass dog on a leash, no vest. Clearly was not a service animal, because when he walked into the place with it, the animal stood there, it didn't sit, and it started slobbering and sniffing all over my candy. That's a sure sign that that's not a proper service animal. It hasn't been trained. It's just the guy's dog, right? And I understand that some people have animals that are like their the hell is a term for it? It's their emotional support animal or something like that. Fine, but that's not a proper service animal. They haven't been trained to do a task. If your dog or animal, I don't care what animal it is, if it's trained to do a particular task for you, I'm okay with that, right? But when I ask you, what is it trained to do, and you don't know what it's been trained to do, then you got a problem. Yeah, so I told the guy, I said, no pets allowed, and he said it's a service animal. And I said, what task has it been, what's the service it provides for you? And it's an emotional support animal. And I was like, I'm sorry, that's not a thing. I said, you have to take him out of here. And it turned into this whole big back and forth, and he got really pissed off at me. And the big problem is, one, his dog is wrecking my candy because he's slobbering all over my candy. I can't sell that now. And two, it's clearly not trained. And with the sounds in here, who knows what it's going to do, right? It might get skitsy. It might get weird, like a knocker on a cabinet might spook it. Who knows, right? I can't have that in there. And I honestly have a mild allergy to dogs. So, like dog spit makes me kind of rash up a little bit. I just don't want them in if I don't have to. So, and you know, I have a problem with people feeling privileged enough that they should be allowed to take their pets everywhere, because that's not the case, right? Some people are scared of dogs. Some people are allergic. They're scared of them. Sometimes the dogs misbehave. You have two non-service dogs in a space like an arcade. Who knows if a fight's going to break out? You know, like, I don't know. Excuse me. Yeah. JRSC. Oh God, there's my throat. I'm talking too much. Excuse me. Take a sip of coffee. JRSC says, a school test we had, we were told to read all questions thoroughly before attempting any of them. One of the last questions stated, if you follow this rule, just do questions 1, 3, and nothing more. Yeah, I've seen ones like that. That's perfect. Man Chicken says, I love dogs, but yeah, so many people just bring them everywhere for no actual reason. And, you know, and part of the problem too is, like, you have places like Home Depot or Costco or some of those places where they have an open door policy on taking your animals inside. And I just hate it when, like, I'm in an aisle and someone's got their dog and they're not paying any attention to it. The dog is pulling on the leash, right? And it comes right up to me. It's like, I don't know this dog. I don't really want to know it. I just kind of want to do my thing and buy my pack of screws and leave. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this animal. And there's so many people that they don't train their animals, right? Like, I have a cat I would take anywhere, and he'd probably be okay with it. I have another cat, forget it. No, I'm not going to even try to put a leash on him, right? Not that cats are the same, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and I had a couple other people that they wanted to bring their pet in, trying to disguise it as a service dog. One person even said, she told me that he told me it's a service animal, but he hasn't finished the training yet. It's like, you don't have a training vest on it. It's clearly has no training. So it's not even close to being a service dog, right? Like, JRSC says, I hate dogs that yap, yap, yap all day and the owner isn't interested. It's really funny. I have owned dogs before. I don't like the way that they smell. The smell really, really bothers me. Some dogs are less smelly than others. My ex-wife was really into dogs, and I agreed to let her bring a dog in. That was the first dog that I had in my own home since becoming an adult, or since pretending to be an adult. That was the first dog in my home, and there was always sort of this love-hate thing going on with the dog because it made me itchy. I'd be congested. It would slobber on me. But the dog itself was more or less fine, right? Like the animal itself was, all the dogs that she had, except for one, I liked them all. They were all fine dogs. But as an animal, they had good personalities and all this. The one thing that drove me nuts about them, though, outside of the allergy aspect, is you're sitting there and random chaos happens. The dog hears a squirrel fart outside, and then a dog, or if you happen to have two, they both go ballistic and they start barking and running around, and just like something just pops in their brain and they just go blah, and they start freaking out. And then so you've got 10 or 15 minutes of that before they finally settle down. That I don't like about them. Like if I had an elderly Great Dane that just sat on its bed and drooled and did nothing, right? Like it couldn't be bothered to bark. That's my kind of dog. And I do kind of wish, like I always think it'd be fun to have just like a little terrier of some sort, like just one of those ones that has like a head made out of just like bone, right? Just a solid like knock, like a little pit bull kind of thing. They're just like solid, they kind of walk like this, and like they're attractive animals. They're cute, right? They have good personalities, but I don't want the chaos involved. I don't need to take that many antihistamines. And then there's the whole poop thing, right? Like we're here on the days that both of us are here. That means we have a dog in our house unattended for 14 hours maybe sometimes. You're a little tied to the house with the dog. JRC says I think it'd be a lot worse bonfire night, too many fireworks. Yeah, there's that too. One of our dogs, the first bang, she's cowering in the shower, shivering, right? It's like, it was horrible for her. It should be like that all night. Yeah, and then like now with the snow, you let the animal outside, and the poo, like if we have a yard big enough that you could probably just let the dog crap wherever it wants to. But all that poo would just sit there and be frozen solid until spring, right? Spring comes and now you have this excessive amount of poo in your yard, so you have to go around and clean up all your poo. Now, I'm not much into a dog poo cleaning type of person. It's just better for me to not have. Cats are easier, and then the other thing too, like if you wanted to like duck away for the night, like if Sophia and I are like, let's go to Halifax and we'll spend the night and we'll come back in the morning. We could do that. We have cats. Cats are fine. We just put a little extra food down. They have litter boxes. They don't need to go outside. We can go away for the night. We can come back. You can't really do that with a dog, right? Dogs they're too needy. Cats are a little bit more independent, more like chill. Kind of like, yeah, I don't care. Our cats like us, but if we're gone for the night, they don't freak the hell out. They just, when we come in the morning, they kind of give us a side eye and go, food time yet? Like, we want some of that fresh crap? Like, yeah, we're going to do that? Okay, good. And then they eat that, and then they go take a nap, right? The other, I would like to get, like, I always joke that one day I would love to get like a goat or two. I'd love to get a cow. I think cows are hilarious. But that's another one of those things that, like, I feel like I would need to have the time around the house to, like, how am I going to be buddies with a cow? Like, I'm away too much. And so it would just stand around out in the, I'd make a little cow paddock and it'd just be out there like chewing its cud going, yeah, I'm a cow. And then I come home and it's like, you haven't spent any time, you haven't played with me at all. Like, why should I pay any attention to you? Give me my oats and I'm going to go back to the paddock, right? If I had a cow or a goat, I'd want that kind of time to spend, get to know them, play with them, goof around with them, that kind of thing. I just don't have the time for it right now. Maybe what I need to do is, because I like almost all animals. Maybe what I need to do, after we move out of here, we'll get a new space. It'll be, we'll get a barn. We'll get a couple of big barns and a farm. And we'll have the arcade in one barn, and we'll have the petting zoo in the other. That's the way to do it. And then if we had a farm, we would clearly have enough room for go-karts, right? So we'd have a petting zoo, we have go-karts. I could do my putt-putt golf outside. We have putt-putt golf. And maybe the putt-putt golf and the petting zoo are combined. So they have all these putt-putt golf courses where, you know, they have like the fake animals that you have to shoot the balls through. Instead, you have goats. You have something where the goats could walk over the particular course. You know, they can't eat the ball. They would eat the balls, so that would be a problem. But yeah, I think I'm on to something. Petting zoo putt-putt. What time is it? It is 9:41. I'm actually surprised we didn't get a whole lot of people in for date night. We got a few date nights, but hasn't been too a little slow. But it's been a good day, you know. What's the temperature outside? Hold please whilst I check the temperature. Oh, it's over here. It is currently -9, forecasted to be -14. So we have a little bit of a pickle. Monday is a holiday on the island. Canada likes to do every month, pretty much every month, they have some sort of statutory holiday, which is cool, right? Like there's a government mandated day that everybody gets off, and if they don't get it off, they get paid extra for it. I don't argue about that. So Monday is a holiday here called Islander Day or Family Day. I think in New Brunswick it's called Family Day, but I think here it's called Islander Day. But it's a day that schools are closed and a lot of people get it off, and it's a proper holiday. We usually try to be open on holidays. So there's another weather warning. Sunday evening to Monday morning. Snow Sunday evening, transition to ice pellets and freezing rain overnight Sunday. Change over to rain showers or drizzle expected early Monday morning. I don't know what to do about that because we're going to be open. I've already said that we're going to be open on Monday, but that could be a bit of a nightmare. So I might think I'll wait. The last we closed Thursday because they were expecting 15 to 25 centimeters of snow, and we got like a centimeter at our house, and maybe there was 2 or 3 here. Wasn't bad. A lot of wind. It was cold, a lot of wind, but like it was drivable. It was fine. And I was actually fine being closed because when those weather warnings, I was saying this last night, I think, when we have the weather warnings like that on the island, and the weather statement is probably going to be shitty out, people are kind of like, I'm going to stay home because it's probably going to be shitty out. So we have found that on times where we have a weather statement and we're open, it's usually dead because everybody's like, it's shitty out, I'm not going out there. So it was fine being, even though it wasn't that particularly shitty on Thursday, I don't think we would have had anybody out. So I wonder if with Monday being a holiday and it forecast to be kind of shitty out, I wonder if people are just going to stay home. Like, does it even make sense to open? Don't know. I don't know. On the flip side, I have work that I need to do here. So if I come in Monday and I open and it's fine to drive in, and I come in and I open as usual and nobody shows up, I can just do my work that I need to do here. So JRC says, that's cool that Canada do that. Typical bad weather day. Yeah, so what do we have? We have, let's look them up. Canada holidays. Let's change to the Bowser. So, January. I guess we don't have anything for February or March. We have April, we have May, we have June. Oh, Quebec. We have July, August, September. With 2 for September. We have October for Thanksgiving, November, and December. A couple in December. So most months we have something. I guess we need to get a. I think February 29th should be a holiday because you only have to do it once every 4 years, and it's a kind of a special day. So that should be a holiday, I think. And then what we'll do, let's see, March. What do we have in March? We could do, everybody could have the 15th off for Caesar. Yeah, and then we have pretty much one every other, right? Yeah. So then, let's see. So I guess we do have the holiday this month, but it's not a federal holiday. It's a provincial holiday. That's what it is. And that's like this Jean Baptiste Day. That's Quebec only. What if we did PEI, Canada holidays? Islander Day, 3rd Monday in February. Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check outside. Cold and dry. Oh, I was going to try something. I'm going to grab my phone. So this is Sophia's old phone. It's not attached to anything, and I basically use it for like listening to podcasts and crap, driving to and from home. So what if I do YouTube? Need this premium, whatever it is. Oh my God! Look at this. Look at this. There I am. Look, that's me. That's cool. All right. So that's working, and I can turn the volume down, and I can see. Look, there's chat. There's Luke. Luke says evening, everyone. And am I logged in? What if I say hi? I don't know who I'm logged in as. Hi. That's me. Pickleberry States. Pickleberry States is that's what we call our homestead. And this is attached to the Google. That's me, Pickleberry States. That's we have it has its own Google account because we have Google Disc things, a little voice, whatever they're called, Google Home, and so we set it up on its own account, and we don't use that account for really anything else, but apparently we can use it for the YouTubes. I don't know why it's set up on this phone, but that's cool. So that's nice with the live chat. Where this is all going is, if we're overplaying a game, we take this wireless camera, we take the tablet wireless camera, we set them around the game. We have two cameras pointing at it. And then I won't be able to see this monitor to do chat and all that. So I wanted another thing that could just be right there. So if you guys say, hey, something, I can look and, oh, I can answer your chat. So this works.
Grab two for the
All
road.
right. $8.90. Go ahead. All right, you're good to go.
That's great. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you.
Whenever the person
It's gonna be a gigantic contest. So people will be like, people just want to have this
All right, so we have a couple left in here. Let's goof around. I'm gonna go over. All right, let me take this wireless camera. We're gonna wing this. We're gonna see if this works. I'm gonna set this up over the bar billiards table, and then we'll goof around with bar billiards and see how this works. I need a tripod. All right, so I don't have a tripod. I forgot a tripod, but I have this light stand. This might work for us. Let's see. Put that there. We'll move this down a little bit. This has a clamp, and this end is a tripod mount. Oh, this is gonna work. Because this clamp doesn't fit. I don't think this is gonna work. Unless I put something in here. Hold on a sec here. Maybe I can fudge this a little bit. This might work. Might. Possibly. Probably not. That's alright. Doesn't hurt to try, I guess. All right, here we go. Exciting live stream of me fiddling with crap. But like I say, I'm a pro. This is it. I'm a professional live streamer. All right, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not actually. Close. All right. We need more crap in there. Even more crap. All right, that's a whole lot of crap. Let's see if that's enough crap. That might just be enough crap. I lost brake shot tonight. That might work. One of the flippers on brake shot, the little powell broke on the flipper, and I replaced it, and it stuck. It doesn't have the right kind of movement on it, so I think I have to take the old shaft. Use the old shaft because it was brake shot's a weird machine. That's a Capcom machine, and I think that I have a bunch of flipper rebuild kits, and I think I used one for Williams or something. But the piece is like you have the shaft, then there's like sort of this oval shaped nylon piece, couple holes. The one for the shaft, there's one of those pins that are kind of hammered in place. That holds that. The other side, screw and a bolt. A bolt and a screw kind of hold that other side in. That piece looked right, but then when it was in there, it bound all along the side. Genie. Yeah, let's go over and play Genie. I think we can do that. I noticed today, actually, my Genie needs a little help. One of the drop targets actually broke on it, so I need to get that swapped. Okay, so we'll put this here. Oh, is this gonna work? I do not know. This will get us high enough. Okay, I'm gonna put this camera. Let's do this. We'll take this dude, and we'll put him over here, so you can see what the hell I'm doing. We'll change to this one. Okay. So this is the camera. We just need to thread it onto here, right? Wireless scene. That's a bouncy. That's a little bouncy there. So I guess wireless scene does not need this. So we'll get rid of this. Boop. This one, let's rotate it. Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. So this is the bottom, this is the top. All right, so that looks good. I can work with that. Let me put a tape on it so that I remember which is which. All right, so this side is the top. That's the top. Right, top comes in from the top, goes out the bottom on the other end. Okay, good. So let's how long do these guys have left? They have half an hour. Let's try this first. So this would go this way. I don't think I'm going to be able to get high enough though. No, I am not. What a bummer. Oh, maybe. Not quite. Not quite. I've almost got it. This is not. It's not quite right. It's not tall enough. Not quite right. Okay, I can do this though. We can do it. Let's see. We're gonna change this. We'll move this. We'll move that. Can we get over far enough? No, this sucks. This is not gonna work. I'm not tall enough. I'm not high enough. And this this thing just doesn't. I'll show you the problem, because I've got, this is this is not a tripod, this is a light stand. So it's got a little tiny light thing. This is meant to mount on a something about that size, but that's like half the size. So I've got a bunch of cardboard wedged in there, but it's too floppy, like it doesn't tighten down. So this thing is kind of flaccid. Put the tripod on a small table. Yeah, let's see if I can do this. Maybe I can use this one to kind of hold on to it. Over by the pinball machines, I could actually set it on top of a machine, right? If I make this a little bit smaller, hold on, we're gonna do this. We're gonna at least play a little bit of bar billiards. Make that a little bit smaller, but it'll probably fall over. Chair. How are we doing? Close. Closer. This is ridiculous. All right. We're getting there. And then slide it down a little bit. You know, that's probably as close as we're ever going to get. How does that look? All right, it's a little wonky, but you know, you can see the shots because you shoot from the little D mark at the bottom. All right, this is gonna have to be good enough. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We'll put this All right, where's your, I think we've got this. We might actually have this. So let's do this. All right, someone type something in chat. Let me make sure that it's working here. And then we'll start a game of bar billiards by myself. I'll play to 300 or something against myself, and we'll see how we do. But I need, let's see, I need this phone to stay on. Yep, okay, that's working. Man Chicken says, ahoy. Luke says, 7 have you. Bozo the Clown says, hi mom. Hey typing, oi oi. Okay. I need to change this so that the screen stays on all the time. Display. Screen timeout. Yeah, 10 minutes. That's good for now. Right. Back to the YouTubes. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. So, the rules of this game. All right. Luke says 7. Hi. All right, so the rules of this game. What we're doing to start the game, red ball goes on this mark, white ball goes on. This is called the D. White ball goes on the D. Scoring is if you get the white ball in any of these holes, they're worth whatever the value is. So there's a, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can't see it. On the back box of this thing, there's actually a score indicator. So this hole is worth 30, 20, 10, 20, 30. This is 100. This one is 200, and these two on the side are worth 50. If you get the red ball in a hole, it's worth double whatever the hole is. You're shooting from the D. You're shooting the ball, and as long as you're sinking balls in the hole, you add up your points and you keep shooting. Your turn ends when you foul, or if you shoot, tap another ball, and nothing goes in to the hole. If you tap the ball and that, like, I don't know what to call that, the end of your turn, that shot that ends your turn, any points that you've collected during your turn then go up on the board. So that's how that is. A foul, there's multiple ways to foul. When you foul, the foul ends your turn, and you lose any points you've accumulated during that turn. So, a foul is if you shoot this and it doesn't hit anything and it just ends up, so it doesn't touch anything, it just ends up there. That's a foul. If you shoot and the ball goes directly into the hole without hitting another ball, that's a foul. If you shoot and any of the balls come back behind, there's a line right here called the balk line. If the ball comes back beyond the balk line, that's a foul. We do have a balk line house rule, because it's happened a couple times. It actually happened tonight. If you shoot and the ball that you shoot bounces around, does whatever, it comes back and comes to rest in the D, we call that the I didn't see anything, and you get to shoot again, because it happens rarely, and when it happens, it's pretty cool. So I think that's worth getting a reward for. I've done it once. A kid was playing today, and he did it. He managed to do it. If you knock over the white skittle, that's a foul. Your turn ends, you lose whatever points you've accumulated in that turn. If you knock down the black skittle, that's a foul. Your turn ends, and you lose any points that you've accumulated in the entire game. So that's fun. What I found on this game is that with the 3 skittles on the table, this is sort of what I can tell, this is sort of a southern version, southern England version of this game. Northern versions have 4 skittles, and they sit in front of the holes here, and then there's a 4th that sits here. I've also seen this played with 3 where the skittles sit right behind this, like that. Ours was marked for 3 skittles. There's a mark here and here and here, so we're playing it that way. So if there are no balls on the table, the red ball goes onto this mark, and you shoot your cue from here. If you sink a red ball, let's say that you shoot and this is what you're left with, now you need to put a ball onto the D. It's worth playing the red ball because it's worth double. It's worth doing. Some rules say you have to, some rules you should do it. So that's basically that. I want to make sure that chat is working. Okay, good. All right, let's play a game. I'm going to do, I'm going to play myself. Okay, so I'm gonna go first. Where's my marker? When I practice, what I do is I have a chalk, and I put it over on this side for player 1 and on this side for player 2. So after I shoot and my score's over, I'll move it over to this side. I am going to turn off Secret Service first. Hold, please. Okie dokie, artichoke, here we go. Player 1. So a good shot is hitting this. This one bounces off here, goes in this one goes in there. I've done it a few times, but I'm not consistent with it. Nope. All right, so that's the end of player 1's turn. No points for player 1. Player 2, ball goes on the table. So red ball in the 30 hole, that's 60 points. And I continue. Nothing landed in the hole. I have 60 points. Player 2 has 60 points. And that's the end of player 2's turn. Player 1. I'm going to play to 300, which might go quick and might not go so quick. Oh, a good shot. 100 points. That's a 50 times 2. That's 200 points. This might end up sooner than we think. That's 220 points, so that's another 20. So that's 60. All right, so 280. I'm going to do a strategy where I'm basically just gonna tap another ball and lock my 280 points in, because then I only need 20 points to win. But I'm going to show you something else here. Oh no, that's 310 points. I've gone over. All right, we're going to play to 500. 310. Because I want to show you Canadian rules, which is hilarious. It's a new thing that we've invented. All right, 310 and 310 on the board. So we, Luke says, sorry, I had keyboard issues. That's okay. So the timer and spring and the bar that times these, this is normally a 15-minute game. You pull the lever, the balls come out. You play 15 minutes later, the bar drops, balls no longer come out. You play whatever is left on the play field until you get down to the last ball. There's little fiddly bits that you do for the last ball, whatever. Since that's currently broken, I've got the bar as just sort of wedged open. So we're playing to a certain value, and some people just do that anyway. If they've got the game on free play or whatever, they just want to play to a certain number. So we thought that's great. So you have to play to a certain number, 300, 500, whatever it is. And then I thought, there's got to be a more fun way to end it. More fun. Good English there. So thought there's got to be kind of a cool way to end it to make it a little bit more difficult. Introduce, where's my coffee? Introduce some more fouls, possibly. So we came up with what we're calling Canadian rules bar billiards. And you can play it if you're just playing to a particular number and the bar is open and open and closes. You can play to just like 300 because you can usually get that within about 15 minutes. So Canadian rules means you have to go out kind of like on a 301 or 501 in darts. You have to go out exactly on your certain amount. So if I was playing to 300 and just there I had 280, I would have to knock to win. I would have to knock a ball into the 20. That gives me my 300. Then I have to shoot again and touch another ball and lock that score in. You have to do that without sinking or fouling. So that's kind of cool, I thought. We played a version, we played it, and yeah, there's a lot of bust. You end up going over by mistake, you end up fouling, right? It takes you a little bit longer to go out of the game. So that's how I was going to play this originally, but I went up over by 300. So we'll play to 500 Canadian rules since I'm already at the 300. All right, so that's player two's turn. Let me turn my chat on again. All right. I think I can get that one in there. Maybe. That is a foul. I didn't hit anything. So that is worth nothing for player two. Player one. Player one's not so stupid. Player one's going to try this one over here. All right, that's 30 points. So that's 60, and 20 times 2, that's 100. And this sucks. I'm gonna scratch. You can shoot from anywhere in the D. JRSC says, great rule to have, could create a unique variation of it, originated here on Cyber Swing Raw. Well, that's what we were thinking, is we could just add a little bit of extra to it. And I could actually put, let me see if I can make this shot. What was I up to? Oh, I had 100. Oh, that was so close. That's a foul. I have no points. I could probably rig this game with a little button or something off to the side that holds the bar up. So when I fix the regular bar billiards thing, I could probably come up with something where we can have it where you can play it either way. Since you're not paying to play it, it's worth adding a little extra to. All right, here we go. Player two. Can I do it? This is really, it's right behind that skittle. Just missed it. All right, player one. We're going to be here all day. I think player one is going to go a little bit more risky. Oh, look at that. All right. Knocked over the skittle. Player one fouls. Player two. Here we go. Player two needs a lot of points. Player two has 60 points. Player one has 310. Player two made nothing. Player one. Player one has 20 points. So that's 20, 30, 40, 50 points. That's 80 points. And I'm running out of things to shoot for. Foul. I missed it. No points for me. Player 2, 60 points. Let's see if we can get more. That was 10 and 60, so we have 70 points. Oops, missed it. No points for player 2. Player 1. That's 20 points for player 1. $50 points for player 1. That's 90 points. $90 points for player 1. Player 1 now has 400. All right, here we go. Player 2. I think player 1's gonna win, but player 2 is feeling positive. $60 points for player 2. And that's a foul for player 2. Player 1. $10 points for player 1. These are kind of crap shots because they're right behind the holes. So I'm going to try and rebound this one. See where that gets me. What did I have? Is that I had 10 points? I don't remember. I don't remember now. All right, I think I had 10 points. So now I have 40 points. And again, two terrible, terrible shots. No, player 1 has lost everything. And that's why I love this game. So now player 2 is ahead with 60 whole points. And this one is going to be hard to get out of here. When I've had a couple sitting here in the front before, it seems like I always knock that down. So maybe player 1 will attempt to get that ball out of the damn way, but player 2 isn't going to risk it. But player 2 doesn't have any shots. All right, player 1. Player 1 has 40 points. No. Okay. Well, player 1 has points again. So we are now. Let's go back to 300. I'm not going to play to 500. We're going to play to 300 Canadian rules. So it's 40 points for player 1, 60 points for player 2. I think I can do this one. Okay, that's 10 points. So 10 points, and then we have 30, 90, we have 90 points. All right, player 1 has 110 points. So player 2 has 110. Player 1. That's 80 points. And I'll bet you anything right now, my customers think I'm just sitting here talking to myself. I'm live streaming. It just occurred to me that I'm sitting here talking to the camera and you guys are like, what the hell is he doing?
I talk to myself enough anyway.
What did I have? I had, what did I have, 90 points? Is that what I had? JRSC says, you get a random choice of red or white ball, or do they drop in any particular order to the bottom tray? So the bottom tray, it actually, there's a row of, let me move this, I'll show you. So this is what the back box looks like. And it's got the scores on it that correspond with the holes here. When you knock a ball in, let's say that 200 middle hole behind the black one, it comes out down here. So this is kind of cool. If you knock a whole bunch of balls in, you can see, and you're not really sure what landed in what, you can kind of get an idea from here. And this was a British pub game, so you have a whole bunch of people laughing and drinking and whooping it up. This can stop arguments. Yeah, it went in the 20. No, it went in the 50. Right, that kind of thing. All right, yeah, and it's. I'm split on what the rules are with the red ball. I have read some rules that say you have to play the red ball, and I have read some that say you don't have to. So. How much do I have? Player 1 had, did they have 60? I forget how much I had. I don't, I had 80. Pretty sure I had 80. Oh my God, that was close. All right, that's good. 80 points. Player 1 is now ahead with 120 points. Player 2 has 110 points. Player 2's turn. I think we have some pretty good shots here. $30 points. $50 points. Wonder if I can get that red one back in play. Uh, 110. So the red ball, I knocked it in, so I'm gonna play it. I have some pretty crap shots here. I'm just gonna try and tap this one. Take my 110 and go home. Player 2. All right, player 2 has 220. So with appropriate scores, I could go out next turn. I could do that really with any of these. All right. Player 1 has 120. That's 30 points. $50. 80 points. I love when the ball does that. So 80, that's 110. Player 1. All right, I can keep going. That was 2 shots. I think I take one more shot of the exact same one. You can do 3 shots, but you can't do it a 4th time. No, I can't shoot for this ball. You can't do the same shot 3 times in a row. That's the rule. So I can't shoot for that ball and make that same dunk. They have that rule. So the guys who are really good, they have a red ball here, white ball here. Red ball goes in that hole, white ball goes in that hole, and they can just do that repeatedly. And they would just be there all night. So that's why this rule is in place. So I have, crap, now I forget. You ended up on 90 points, player 2 was 110. I'm not sure now. I forget sometimes. I wish that there was a way that I could mark the running score here, because sometimes I forget what I'm doing, especially when I'm talking. Luke says, can you use the side rail? Yes, you can. You can bounce off of things if you want to. Sometimes I find it's easier to not, because these holes are kind of strategically put in really bad places. So I can't shoot for that again. Let's try this red one. And I have no idea how much I had. 110? Was that what it was? I think it was 110. All right, player 1 gets 110 on the board. 230 to 220. I have no idea if my scores are right, but it doesn't matter. All right, so I need 80 points. So if I knock that red ball in the 50, I would bust and I would lose. So let's do, this is what makes it kind of a fun rule. Let's do this one. 30. $60, $70, $80. All right. If I can shoot and touch a ball, I win. Congratulations, player 2. You have won the game. So that's Canadian rules. That brings me to 300 even. I'll actually show you the scoring, the little scoring mechanism. It's kind of cool. Someone told me this is a snooker thing, but I don't know if that's correct. So if you look at this, 10, 100, 1,000. So if you have 200 points, you put that on a 2. If you have 280 points, you put that here. If you have 3,280 points, 3,280 points. That's how that works. Why they didn't put the 1,110, I don't know, but. What time is it? 10:39. These guys are done. We're gonna close up in 20 minutes. I'm gonna put these things away. All right. So that theoretically worked, yeah? That wasn't perfect. Sorry, I'm going to make you guys dizzy here. Whee! Plug this guy in for power. This goes this way. And I'm sideways. If I change back, I don't know. What happens if I change back? Perfect. Excellent. Where the heck is my coffee? All right. $5.90 out of 10. These have been selling like crazy. I don't know what's going on.
I love
but
them. They're my favorite by far.
Buddy,
Watching my call.
$4.10 back to you.
Perfect.
There you go.
Thank you very much, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Thanks.
All right. We have the place to ourselves. I close in 20 minutes. I'm not going to bother setting up and playing a little pinball. I don't think anybody's going to come in the 20 minutes. So I'm actually going to end the chat here, and then we'll do this another day. So what I need for this, I have bigger, better, badder light rails or light tripod thingies. I don't think I need a proper tripod. I just need something that this doohickey can clamp to, right? Because it's a thing. So I just need to beef this up a little bit. Once it's in place, I think it's probably okay. My other light rails go much taller, which is going to be a plus. I think that depending on what we play, I think that this thing is probably going to be adequate. Let me turn this off because I don't need it right now. Close all. That's going to be adequate. This was fine. I could set it next to me, but I think the tablet would be a little bit better because I can set it next to me and I can actually stream the live stream. I had it turned off on this, but if I had more real estate on the other device, I can actually stream the live stream to it just to make sure that everything is hunky-dory and things don't break, because I had to kind of keep looking over at this monitor over here just to make sure that nothing was afoot. So that would be cool. Yeah, I thought that worked. It's not perfect, but I don't need it to be perfect. You guys could see what was happening, and yeah, good, awesome, fantastico. Day is it? It's Saturday. All right. So we'll probably stream again Friday or Saturday. I'm trying. I kind of want to start streaming on Saturdays more rather than Fridays, but we'll see. I think Saturdays work a little bit better. But Sophia wanted to be in on the things, and she was going to come in on Fridays with me, but then she wasn't going to come in on Saturdays. So if she wants to be on the live streams and she's here on Friday, we'll probably do the live streams on Friday, and I might do another one on Saturday. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really sure. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to end the stream. If you guys are still there on the chat, we'll